I guess we'll never know, eh?
I guess we'll never know. At least that's the good thing about consoles in the PC versus console war, is that you know that if something works on one hardware, it's going to work on the rest of them.
It's always going to work on
Unless
the
your
old
Wii is
console.
defective, which is something you hope doesn't happen.
That's super, super rare for one Wii game to not work on a different Wii.
What was that?
I mean, I've heard of Wii's breaking, but not often, and
Come on.
it's not something that the devs really need to count on.
So I guess it's kind of blessing. It's both blessing and nightmare for devs, because it's predictable. So you know if it works on one machine, it's going to work on all the other machines on the same type, the same console. But in terms of how far you can push the game, like technically, like in terms of graphics and such, it does limit you.
Yeah, you can generally have higher maximum graphic settings on PCs than on consoles. Ooh, look, you can actually see that texture. That's cool.
How long is a console generation? Like 5, 6 years?
I want to say they've been getting shorter.
What's going on?
Maybe 5 years. When did
Yeah.
the PS3 came out in 2007, and the PS4 came out in
Beware.
13, 14?
PS4 came out, I think, 2012.
Oh, 2012. It's earlier than I
Yeah.
expected.
She's been petrified.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 or 6 years.
And now
There
And
is
now
no
it's,
PS5 yet, so we don't know yet.
Well, we do have the PS4 Pro, which is like generation 8.5.
But
Nothing more to see here.
I would still count that as a PS4 like, current generation, because games that run on the PS4 Pro will run on the PS4 as well.
Uh-huh.
Everyone at Hogwarts was
Here we go again, not talking about the game, but talking about like technical nerdy stuff. I love it.
Talking about other things. Oh no, it was released in 2013, you're right. November 2013.
Hermione in particular was
All right.
affected. Ron and Harry
Yeah,
not
so
too
it's only
short.
been 4 years. It's
whatever it was, she
it's 4 years, almost 5 years now. We're reaching the end of 2017.
So what do you think?
Let's see.
When do you think we'll see the PS5 at like E3 next year?
I don't know.
I expect this generation will be longer because we have the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One S and whatever. One X, sorry.
Yeah, so that might change things up.
And of course, Nintendo's
But-
off living in their own world.
Again, it's kind of a problem for developers, isn't it? Because then they have to make sure that their game works on the base PS4 model, right?
Yeah, they can have enhanced versions for the PS4 Pro, but they can't, as far as I know, have a PS4 Pro only version. Or
But
if they do, it will not
can't
be
make
well received at all. Huh?
they can't make the game super high res from the get go. They can't design it
Yeah.
like bottom up that way. It's just so that's one thing that consoles do kind of, I think, hold back graphical progress in the
Probably.
industry somewhat.
Man, how did this conversation even get started? We've been going on about it for a while.
How did we even get? Like, I think we started with
We started with
demo.
like the demo for this game, and then that somehow led to how longer console cycles.
welcome to Charms class.
I have no idea. I'm gonna try and find the transition point in my brain, but
It'll be fascinating to watch the recording when I'm editing and stuff. See how it goes.
Tell us something about the Chamber of Secrets.
With charms, Granger.
For those wondering, this is just what we nerd out about on a daily basis.
this is just what we talk about in general. Yeah, is it kind of bugging you that we're not talking about the game, or is it
No.
like, eh.
I think it's hilarious, like I said. Oh, we have to do another one of these arrow key things, don't we?
The other founders refused, and as a
To be honest, most of the commentary I see on the internet, like the video is kind of secondary to it.
Uh-huh.
It's really just a narration about anything that's going on in the world.
That's the
And
thing
then
about,
there's just something-
about two-person
something happening in the
commentary. It's way
background.
easier for it to wander.
The legend states that one
Yeah.
day Slytherin's true heir will return to
Okay,
open
little old
chamber
Flitwick.
and control
Flitwick?
the horror.
Flitwick.
Flitwick.
And then all who are not
Swish and flick.
I like this design of Flitwick better than the one that was in the third movie and beyond.
nonsense, of course. Now, back to magic reality.
Oh, because was it the same actor?
I don't think so. Was it?
Glad to, Professor.
I think this guy
it
looked
was
older.
it was Warwick Davis towards the later films.
I don't know if
But
it
I don't know
was.
if it was in the fourth film. It was Warwick Davis, pretty sure.
Anyway, I think he looks more like an elf, like he's was portrayed in the books as.
What I do know is Griphook, the guy who plays Griphook, also plays Flitwick. It's
Really?
the same actor.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
If you don't know that, you should go and just kill yourself, because that's a major freaking Harry Potter piece of info, dude.
I know. What else do I know or not know? Wasn't the conductor in the first film like a cameo by the director's cousin or something like that?
Well done, Harry. You've
I have no idea.
level of the lesson. 5 points to
I don't know if that's true or not either. I just read that somewhere in a book or something.
Go.
Future self, editing. Don't ignore me. Look that up. I'm probably gonna ignore me because that's just completely out there.
Well done, Harry. You've advanced to the next level of the lesson. 10
I'm trying to
points
find what
Gryffindor.
roles this guy played.
Round 3. Go.
Oh, he's actually looking it up now. Nice.
I actually am. Yeah, this is me. I'm sorry.
See, I would do that if it didn't require alt-tabbing out of the game.
Okay, so you kind of got me to do your internet browsing for you. So it's he's played Flitwick in all the film adaptations
So they
except
just
for
changed his design.
Deathly
That's
Hallows.
interesting.
Yeah, I guess he had more makeup and stuff in the first couple of movies.
Yeah, like I said, he looked more like an elf.
Yeah, they changed his outfit and they gave him short black hair, nice sort of suit. He also played in Gringotts. He was Griphook, I think.
Alright.
Yeah, and that's the extent of his, yeah. Those are the roles that he does. There we go.
I guess if they have one short guy, they want to make the most of it. That sounded really not very nice. One short guy.
I don't think that they probably didn't have a choice.
I guess the pool of short actors is not all that great. Like, what are they? A dwarf? I think.
Technically,
Is the condition that causes you to have short legs?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Height. I'm not gonna look at the height. It's 3'6" is this guy's height.
3'6".
3'6", yeah. He's been in the industry for a long time.
Ectoplasm is an unpleasant greenish substance left behind by certain.
I'm kind of curious as to when the next thingy movie is gonna come out. What's it called?
The Fantastic
What's that
Beasts.
spin-off? Fantastic Beasts, yeah. Have you seen some of the news for that? Like some of the cast?
Not. I don't really follow movie industry news as much as like gaming news and stuff.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't give anything away.
Yeah, I kind of want to go into the theater completely
amazed and be like,
yeah.
I want to see when this is released. See, the thing about being in the UK, which I like, is often movies get released earlier here than they do in the US.
Wasn't the original Fantastic Beasts released on the same day? Or at least within like the same week?
It was. I think you watched it after I watched it, or the other way. I don't know.
I went to see it. I think the second or third day it was out. Like it came out on a Friday, and I went to see it on like a Sunday.
Oh my gosh, this won't be out for a while.
What's the date?
I don't know, but filming's only started July.
Oh, so that's a while.
That's still a while. It's going to come out November 2018.
So that's next year.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh well.
That's really annoying. I know that like all the Marvel films came out super early. They came out like a week earlier in the UK.
Marvel films?
And yeah. I had a little gloat about that.
Yeah. I haven't really watched many Marvel films. Hello, Fire Crab.
Yay.
There's a lot of them here, and they don't have any place to go.
What challenge are you on now? I forget. Is this
Scourge?
Scourge already? Wow.
We
Okay,
just
you
haven't
are
been
kind
paying
of
attention to the game.
blazing. Oh, there we go.
But yes, this is the second use for Scourge, is for Peeves.
I'm kind of still annoyed that they didn't put him in, really. Just saying.
Especially in the 5th
They
movie,
ma-
because
they-
he had an actual kind of large part, like an annoying umbrage. No, you don't.
Yeah. Oh, I love the projectiles flying everywhere.
I like how slow they move.
Do they curve as well, don't they? What the hell? Do they auto aim or something? Like?
I don't know. You mean the green projectile that he shoots?
No, the ones that you shoot, it kind of curves around to catch him, even when like after you've moved and stuff.
Oh, they home in, I think, a little bit, but not. They won't home in like Richter Sniper on a Pixie.
Okay.
That is like my saving grace when it comes to fighting Cornish Pixies, is the Richter Sniper homes in on them, because they just move so quickly.
See, that's one thing that doesn't happen in the remake project, which is something I may have to implement, or someone will have to implement, because I don't know if I want to.
Spells homing in.
Spells, yeah, homing missile type effects, because right now they just go in a straight line.
I'm
Which
trying to
seems
think if there's
logical
any
to
other
me.
case of spells homing in on their targets in the game. There's Defendo. The only other targets with the only other spells with moving targets is Defendo with the tentacula that move. At least in this game. And I don't know if they move fast enough for it to really make a difference. And I feel like that should be transparent, that wall, but it isn't. Okay.
Defendo is a really good spell. It's so like multi-purpose, so you can use it for roots and stuff.
It's sort of a hybrid
And
between
ropes.
December and Scourge, you know? Mechanically, anyway.
Rectus Emperor or Depulso?
Or Depulso, yeah.
Ooh. Does Depulso exist in this? No, it's the same symbol, but it's Rectus Emperor, right?
Depulso is the Flipendo in the 3rd game.
Yeah. Does this version have both of them? Does it have Depulso and... No, it's only got Rectus
This
Emperor.
version's Flipendo.
Okay. Flipendo is kind of the earliest example of a spell that they can come up with, I guess.
It's a
kind
very
of general
basic
purpose.
push away from you spell, yeah.
I kind of see it more as like activating stuff.
As an
switches and
activator.
things. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think there were some cases of Depulso being an activator as well. Although I guess
In
that
the
could
third
be
game, yeah,
chalked
in
up to like pushing buttons.
But in the 3rd game, it was mostly for pushing stuff around, yeah.
How close are we to the completion star anyway? Yeah, that's not too bad.
See, in the speedrun, there's a skip that you can do here. By
is
jumping over
there?
that fence. Yeah.
Jumping over the fence.
Yeah, you have to kind of clip through or something, or do a wall jump or wall walk, I don't know what it is.
Wall jump in this game. Imagine that. Come on, Snail. Alright, I've lost patience.
That's
and waiting
not something
for you.
you'd be saying in real life.
Come on, Snail.
Just waiting there for a snail to walk towards you.
You'd be waiting
Casually.
forever.
Yeah, they are unnaturally fast in this game, aren't they?
They're also rather unnaturally huge. Although I guess in the ocean they can get pretty big.
Look at that. Ectoplasm.
See, do I feel like doing the speedrun tactic here, or at least the spell challenge speedrun tactic?
Oh,
And,
these fire particles look so nice.
Fire
This
particles?
is how you know it's a magic game, because it's like blue fire.
You saw the
like
snail
it.
flash in front of the camera for a split second. Sorry.
Look at the torches.
Oh, the blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, it's such a cool. It's like a
See, I'm-
purpley. Oh,
Ooh.
I like that.
I can tell they're sprites, but I can't tell that much more about them. Like you can see they're circular.
That's how particle systems work. They
Yeah.
use sprites because performance, eh?
If you get close to them, you can definitely tell that they're just circular sprites, but I can't really tell what they're doing. Anyway.
They always have this quality of always facing the camera.
Yeah, like if you look
I'm
at
not
these
sure
things,
if that's
you can also tell that they're sprites. The glow. Oops.
yeah. I
And
don't
they
know
don't
if that's
appear
the
if you're
same
close
in
enough to them.
Game Maker.
Huh?
I don't know if that's the same thing with Game Maker. Do sprites always face the camera, or is it something else that you gotta do extra?
Well, in 3D, they're drawn by default at like on a flat plane, but you can transform them to make them face the camera in Game Maker
Okay.
in 3D.
See, in Unreal, there is no option. If you make something display as a sprite, it will always face the camera.
Oh, really?
And there's no option of doing it any other way.
That's interesting.
So,
Like, in Game Maker, that's my trick for drawing NPCs in 3D, is that they don't have to face the camera. They can be
they can face a different way and just
yeah, they
like
can
walk
face
off.
slightly away from you, so it looks like they're looking in another direction. But
Yeah.
that is a very nerdy topic. I don't know how we got into that either. Oh, we were talking about the
I
fire.
have no idea.
Is that
Yeah,
the Bloody
I know we
Baron?
talked about sprites.
The ghost who was floating through the ceiling there? I think that's the Bloody Baron.
That is it, yeah. The Bloody Baron. He had much more of an important role in the first game. I don't think he does much in this one.
Yeah, in the first game he was kind of an obstacle. Alright.
Yeah, I think it was a potion challenge.
Yeah, the potions
Looking-
challenge. And you had to
Dragon
avoid
Knight.
getting hit by him, otherwise you would lose health.
Your voice went so high there.
I know.
Ah!
I'm still trying to do my avoid damage run.
Oh gosh, I haven't. Can you not destroy that?
I can, but I don't want to risk missing my jump and falling into the bottomless pit and dying.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, that was another pixie. Hello.
Have you noticed how chests in this game are always slightly elevated above the air? Every
Have I?
single chest. The chests are never 100% on the ground.
Is that... You mean like... Are other terrain things, or other pieces of furniture like that too? Like, I can't really get the camera close to
No,
the
no,
ground
it's
here, but...
it's really just
It's just for
a
chests?
chest.
I have a theory as to why that might be, which is probably wrong. It's so that, like, if you were to look into them, so that there wouldn't be Z-fighting with the bottom of the chest on the ground. Although there are other ways that they could have solved that.
Yeah, that is actually a fair point. Because yeah, the bottom of the chest is completely 100% flat. 2D.
Like, they could have offset the
That
bottom
is-
planes from the ground just a little bit. Those are
That
gnomes.
is
Do those gnomes look different from each other? Like, one is... It looks like one of those is way smaller. Go away.
Yeah, it does. Or maybe it's just.
Like, that guy's legs are real spindly.
Maybe they have some modify. Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't have taken damage from that, but I'd still like to avoid it.
You think it was possible for us to actually do this without talking about game design things,
No.
technical things?
Is it possible for us
No.
to do anything without talking about game design things?
I think everything comes back to that, even real life events. We can talk about Trump and then bring some game design thing into it at some point.
Most people would
Probably.
probably go the other direction.
Yeah. Oh.
443 beans, 447 beans, nice.
I'm gonna try and buy the Nimbus.
I don't
What is
know.
it?
I'm not
2001,
planning on doing
2001, is
Quidditch
it?
for this, because I think that would actually take some practice on my part. But I could.
Is that not part of the game though? You kind of have to go through some Quidditch lesson.
Yeah, that was we did that earlier. Hello. The Oliver Wood Quidditch tutorial.
Okay.
There's Bean, 456 of the things. I wonder what
I
this
still
is
kind of
for.
prefer the flying mechanics from the first game.
Huh?
The flying mechanics from the first game I think were better. You can't move with your mouse, can you, in this one? Or can
You
you?
move with the
I don't
arrow
know.
keys. Strangely, with the arrow keys, not WASD. And was that P?
Yeah, you kind of strafe rather than just pointing yourself.
Ooh, I
to,
took
like, each
damage.
other.
Oh, I almost made it through this this part of the
Oh
game
my
without
gosh,
taking
how'd you get damage? What'd you
P
get hit
shot
by?
his vaporized ectoplasm at me. Oh man.
Oh, he's lurking about, is he? Oh, that was so
yeah, he
good.
was in
You
the
went so
chest.
far.
I was planning on just like chasing him away, but instead I took damage because I was in too much of a confined space and I couldn't move. Or,
Oh,
I moved in the wrong direction, rather.
Mr. Potter, you've completed my Scourge
oh
challenge.
man,
The remaining
That
that
is a
would be
shame.
awesome.
your personal high score.
Two challenges, man, with no health loss.
I
That
said
would
I
be
would get
sick.
back to the Scourge challenge before taking damage, didn't I?
You said you could do maybe a third of the game,
Yeah.
something.
Oh well, that's a shame.